Welcome to everyone. This is Car Shopping Questions and Answers. If you don't know me, my name is Deshaun. I'm known as Deshaun, the Auto Advisor. Since 2021, I've been helping people online learn the strategies to car shop from home. Getting great deals is about shopping from home, where you can put dealers against each other. You cannot get the best deals in dealerships because 8 out of 10 of them, 8 out of 10 are going to be overpriced. Okay, that is statistics we know. I also spent 14 years in the car business, 5 with Mercedes, 5 with General Motors. So, what we do here, I don't hold back. We got a couple questions already that came in on TikTok. As we get more questions, we'll bring them into the stream. Got my man Dolan moderating, so he's going to see all your questions, no matter what platform you're on. So feel free to just start typing them, and we'll get to them. Now, everything we'll talk about today is going to be out of my new digital book. It's called Car Shopping Question. Cars. It answers your car shopping questions. It's called Cars from Home: 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. It's a step-by-step blueprint to everything of my 14 plus years of experience and being on the inside. You're getting insider strategies on how to get deals done in 90 minutes, no more than 2 hours from home, using the internet to create competition between dealers. That is how you're going to save the most money, whether you're a good negotiator or not. When you put people against each other, you're making them negotiate with each other, and you get to be the prize that they win. So that book's already 5 stars. It's a digital book, so it can be in your inbox by the time we finish the stream, and you can get a copy of it as part of our welcome offer. It's normally $97. Part of our welcome offer, you can go to our TikTok bio, Instagram bio, the YouTube comments, or the Facebook comments, and you'll get it for 75% off, which is $24. But that's only for 30 minutes. That's our welcome offer to you, to make sure you have what you need, just in case you're listening to the show and you're just like, wow, this is a lot. I want the whole blueprint. It'll be there for you. For those of you who want to shop together instead of reading, you enjoy watching short videos, and you want to be a part of our community and coach with me twice a month, we have the Done With You. You can hit those same links and you can just click Shop with Deshaun. You do have to qualify for that. But either way, we want to make sure you have the things you need to get out here and pay less than all of these people are paying for cars. That's the name of the game. So start typing your questions. Dolan, you want to bring the first one in? We'll rock and roll. Okay, leasing the car. Oh, wait, hold on. All right, hold on. Which one we going with? Leasing the car, and when it's time for you to turn it in, does it go towards your credit? No. You just turn off what you'll notice is, let's say you get a $40,000 car to lease it. The only thing that's going to appear on your credit is the portion that you're responsible for. So I'll give you an example. I just got a I just got a $54,000 Infiniti QX60, and I leased it. I got a below market lease. Everything we do has to be below market. So there's 3 prices you can pay on vehicles: market value, below market value, above market value. We're going to pay below market value. Creating competition gets you below market value deals. Now, my payment on this car, $54,480. You can see that, $54,480. You know, see that? It's $499 a month. I put down $1,270, and I pay $499 a month for 3 years. That's going to come to roughly $17,000, $18,000. That's all that's going to be on my credit. So if I bought this car, then whatever I had gotten a loan for would be on my credit. If I took a loan for $50,000, it's all going to be on the credit. With a lease, $18,000 is the amount that is on my credit. Okay, so with a lease, you're only going to show what you're responsible for over the 3-year period. We don't do 4-year leases, and we don't buy the lease. We just drop the lease off. I think this is my 7th lease. It's never been more than lease is over, drop the lease off. Sometimes we sell it because step 2 of our process, we have an equity assessment we do. We run the numbers to see if the market value of our vehicle that we can get from CarMax, Carvana, Driveway, KBB Instant Cash Offer, AutoNation, and Car Gurus, Cash Offer. We do these. This is the second step of our process. Our process is a 7-step process, but sometimes we'll sell the lease if we have equity. Like I sold my old lease when all of the cars were 7 to 10,000 to 12,000 more back during the pandemic. I sold my Jeep Grand Cherokee lease. I made $9,000. So we'll always do an equity assessment before we do our return, just to make sure we're not leaving any money on the table. Some of you who are low mileage drivers, but you got a 10,000 mile lease, but you only drive 5,000 miles. That's an opportunity for many of you to make money selling it because the market value is high. But other than that, we return the lease. We're looking to go on to the next lease. That's the benefit of leasing. New car every 3 years, low payments compared to purchasing, so on and so forth. Great question. Go ahead, Dolan, shoot the next one in. Okay, hang on 1 second. I'm just sharing this. Shout out to the sharer. K-Tone, good to see you. LB Cap, a lot of people checking in on TikTok. KB, we'll get to you guys. Hold on, I want to be able to do 2 things. Let me share the broadcast here from Facebook, and then we'll get right to these questions. We already got a lot of questions coming in. We're on 4 platforms, y'all, so type your questions wherever you're at. We're going to get to as many as we can in about an hour. So there we go. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. I have a 2020 Cadillac. Shocks went out. Went to trade it in. Well, one of the things that you want to do, you got to realize something. If you have a car, and if it's, I'm guessing this is a 2020, so it's only, a couple years old, but you don't have a warranty. The warranty would normally cover these things if you had a warranty. Now, one of the things about Cadillac, this is very important to understand, that's on a list of vehicles that have a high cost of maintenance and repair. So what step 6 in our process, it's after we make our deals. Step 5 is when we're shopping, we're in the market, using what we're going to learn, what we're going to teach you in the Cars from Home system, which is competitive bidding. Whether you're shopping online for a used car, we use the marketplaces, we narrow it down to the best used car, top 3, top 5 used cars, and then we zero in on, the best one. Or whether we're shopping for a new car where we're getting bids and multiple dealers, out the door prices. Once we get to that step, lock up our deal, we now need to move into paperwork and protection. Do I need an extended warranty? How do we gauge whether we need an extended warranty? It's very simple. Is the vehicle that we're purchasing, does it have 2 things, a high cost to repair and a high likelihood of things going wrong? So when we look at the cost to repair certain vehicles, it's low. The likelihood of things going wrong, low. These are vehicles that you don't need extended warranties for. And we gauge that by the data. We'll type in, Honda Accord, average repair cost. There's a scale. There are vehicles, when you look at all the brands from Volvo, Mercedes, Cadillac, down to, Honda, Hyundai, there's a scale of vehicles that have a higher cost of repair. These are the vehicles where it's more likely you need an extended warranty. It's going to pay for itself, because if one thing breaks on the vehicle, the warranty will pay for itself. Now, in your case, looks like you don't have a warranty. Here's what's so bad about how much money you're going to lose going this way if you do this. Your car, you bought a brand new car, that thing depreciates like this for the first 5-6 years. That means it's like whatever you paid for it, it's losing value on a daily basis. On a monthly basis, you're losing thousands and thousands of dollars in value. Literally, if you buy a car for 40 and you took the car back a month later, what is the car worth? Type into the chat. Some of you know, if you're new here, the best way, let us tell you, the best way to get value out of what we do is to engage and make sure you are on your keyboard. We're here for about an hour, and then you could go about your day. But if you're locked in, if when I ask you a question, you are checked in, you're going to get the most out of what we do here. It's very hard to to save thousands and thousands of dollars on a huge transaction when you just kind of casually listen to what we're talking about here. We're talking about very serious things. So if you bought a car for $40,000, what's that car worth even a month later? Throw some numbers out there. Because I want to get you to understand that you're not just, I like that LV Kappa 36. I like that. You buy a car for $40,000, you go back 1 month later to say, hey, all right, hey, for whatever reason, I don't want the car. Hey, I paid cash for it. What do you give me for it? What we know 1 month later, I like that. 36, 35. You're not getting 40. So that means your car has already lost 4 or 5,000. Look, Kevin said 30. Look, Maxwell Ellis, 34.5. Look, Tips and Toes. I see you checked in on Instagram, Tips and Toes. You locked in. I already know where your next car deal is going to be because you're locked in. You stay locked in. So when you look at what you're doing with your Cadillac, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 vehicle, you've lost in 5 years over half of that money. And now you have an issue with a repair. Shocks went out, which means you've lost more, and you're like, okay, let me dump this thing. So in the most dramatic losses, literally, if you kept the vehicle another 5 years, it would start to level out, where you would get some of the money, all of the money you put into this vehicle, you would get, it would start to make sense because the vehicle's going to stop depreciating like that after a while. But that doesn't happen until 6, 7 years. So replacing the vehicle is just you saying, you know what, I'm just going to eat all the losses. I'll eat the 60 grand that I lost in this. And this is, you should have leased if you were going to go this route, because we have a rule. It's called the 8-year rule. It's step 1 of our process. We don't buy cars if we don't plan on keeping them at least 8 years. You are losing tens of thousands of dollars compared to someone who's getting great lease deals. Give you an example. Let's look at a similar price vehicle that had a ridiculous lease that one of our people got on it. Let's take a luxury vehicle, $90,000 vehicle, Kimberly. She got a ridiculous discount on her Maserati, and she's paying, hold on, where's Kimberly's deal? She's paying $944 a month. She got a $91,000 Maserati. Now that's a ridiculous deal. Let's take something that's not as ridiculous, but still incredible. Teddy, he got a $73,000 BMW. His payment's $937 a month. See, every vehicle doesn't have a great lease deal, but when you go out to spend a bunch of money, you should be looking at a ton of vehicles and saying, okay, I'm going to shop for the ones, get offers for the ones, use our system, get it from home. I don't care if you use it your way, call around, but we're comparing which vehicles I can get the most bang for my buck for, whether it be a BMW, whether it be a Volvo, whether it be a GV80, doesn't matter. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to shop for which vehicles have the best value. Because when you look at this Escalade, this is when you look at how much money you're getting for this vehicle, you lost so much on it. So I would tell you, one, keep it, fix the shocks, keep the vehicle, even consider getting an extended warranty. If, well, you're already out of warranty, so it's going to be very expensive for you to get another warranty. But if you're going to say, Deshaun, you know what, I just don't want it, I'd rather start fresh, you're not a person who should be buying vehicles. You don't have the characteristics of a person who should be purchasing, because you're not a long-term person, which means long-term people, when something goes wrong on your car, what do? Those of you who keep cars 8, 10, 12 years, when something goes wrong on your vehicles, what do? We're going to show you guys, because a part of what we do here is help you identify who you are. Man, I should be buying vehicles because I'm a long-term person. Oh, no, you know what? I don't buy vehicles at all. I only lease because I know I'm not a long-term person. But then there's this group that's stuck in the middle. There's you purchase and you don't have to look. Look, Royal Phoenix, fix it. Look at Wendy, fix it. Look, Tips, look. These are people who, in their mind, when something breaks on the car, that's par for the course. I need to fix it, and I'm keeping the vehicle. People who don't have that, and again, you were never taught this. So you got to realize part of what you need to do when you're here is unlearn. I'm telling you the things that, from a car dealer's perspective, someone who's been in the industry, I'm not you. I've seen the depreciation losses. I've had to advise people, hey, do you understand leasing? Nah, Deshaun, tell me about it. Okay, let me tell you about it. Let me show you what the cost is compared to you purchasing and then losing all this money on the depreciation. So this is where I believe you go. If you're going to dump the vehicle, then you should be absolutely make sure you're getting the offers from CarMax, Driveway, Carvana, KBB Instant Cash, AutoNation Cash Offer, and CarGurus Cash Offer, so you can at least make sure you're getting the most for the Escalade. Not trading it. That's a curse word here. We don't trade anything because we bid out everything. Everything we do is a bid at Cars from Home. That's why we get the deals we get. It's a bid. We're putting people against each other. We're creating competition. If you're going to dump the vehicle, your next vehicle should be a lease, because you've already lost a ton of money on the Escalade. Make it up on the next vehicle. Get a great lease deal, pay a super low payment, and drive a nice vehicle, and you never have to worry about when things go wrong. Or what do I do? When things go wrong with a lease, I just got this Infiniti truck. Something goes wrong with it, I go out there, there's a strange light on. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, there's a light on. Can I bring the car in? Yeah, come on in. Yep. You got a loaner? Yep. All right, perfect. See you in a week. That's what they do. They fix it. If you're not that person, you shouldn't be buying cars. And we got a lot of people tapping in. Max said he fixed it, and he also leases it. So he fixes it and he leases it. And we did the same thing. Me and my wife always had one vehicle in the household we purchased, one vehicle in the household we leased. We've done that for a long time. We still do it to this day. We have one Infiniti truck we purchased as a pre-owned vehicle, and we have one that we just leased. So, you can mix these up. That's the point. Everything I'm teaching on the stream is out of my new digital book. It's called Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. It's a digital book. It is about getting below market leases, purchases, new cars, used cars in 90 minutes from home, creating competition using the internet. You're not talking, you're not negotiating for these. You are using scripts, websites, emails that I wrote to make sure you are creating competition. And the book's normally $97, part of our welcome offer. You can get your copy for the next 30 minutes in my TikTok bio, Instagram bio, the YouTube comments, or the Facebook comments. You'll get it for 75% off, which will be $24 if you get there before the timer is up. Okay. Now, for those of you who want to, you see the people I share, you're like, Sean, who are these people you're sharing? These are people who've been in our group. We've had over 2,000 people come into our Shop With Me program, where instead of reading, you're watching short videos as if we were on a phone call. I'm giving you action steps, checklists. That's what our systems are. Checklists. You're not coming to school. Do this first. Check. Now do this. Check. Now do this. And before you know it, all right, you're scheduling delivery. It's not about learning a bunch of stuff so you can be as smart as Deshaun the auto advisor. You don't need to be a car salesman. I'm not teaching you to be a car salesman. I'm teaching you how to get a great deal in 90 minutes from home without having to talk and negotiate for it. Okay. Those of you who want to coach with us, you can look at the Shop With Me in those same links, see if you qualify for that program. It's all up to your learning style. Everyone has a different learning style. Some people could take what we're doing on this stream and implement it. That's your learning style. Some people, you need the blueprint. Grab the digital book. Some people, you need a community and you need coaching and working on your. That doesn't matter. We put the information out. Make sure you have no excuse to, you should not be out here losing. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, Dolan. Hopefully you just keep that Cadillac though. I would fix it. Hopefully you are a long-term person. I fix the shocks and I just keep the Cadillac. You're going to lose a ton of money on that truck. And if you pay cash for it, you really see how much you lose it. If you're making a payment, it's hard for you to see how much you lose on cars. That's why they always want to talk with you about payments. Those who pay cash, if you'd have dropped 90 grand cash on that Escalade, you would see, oh, I'm going to go trade it. Oh, they're only giving me 30, and you would just halt it. But because payments hide what you're really paying, you lose and you're like, well, I was paying $1,200 a month. Now they're saying, okay, I could switch the car. I could get out of that one and I can get into a new payment and it's only $1,300. I guess that's a good deal. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's $400 lease with no money, $15K for a Honda Sport Ridgeline, unreasonable offer. I cannot tell because what are you comparing it to? See, this is a great question. This is what I call the buyer's remorse setup question. If you look, people leave the dealership, hey, I'm paying X amount per month. Is that a good deal? They're hoping the answer is yes. But all you would need to do to show yourself that that is a good deal is have other offers. That's it. What's up, Maria? Good to see you checking in. Educator 99. A lot of people checking in on TikTok. All you need to do is have other offers. So if you were sitting there and you're like, okay, I got one offer for $400 a month. That's the lowest, but I got another offer for $420. I got another offer for $5. I got another offer for $570. Oh, let me take this $400. You see the difference? Type dollar signs if you see the difference between having one offer and having potential buyer's remorse, wondering, hoping, did I get a good deal? Did I get the best deal? Versus you're looking at 5 offers and then the 400 is the lowest one. That makes sense? Wendy, you with me? Alberto, you with me? Okay, perfect. This is see, why can we go on Amazon and buy a 100-inch TV in 20 minutes? We can spend $1,000, not have buyer's remorse in 20 minutes. Why? Because we're going to see so many TVs and so much competition in a short period of time, we can make a decision and not regret it. We just bought a $800 computer tower. Saw a bunch of computers, made a decision. When you can't see other offers, that's buyer's remorse. That's when you wonder. In the car business, from the banks you're getting loans from, to the dealers you're getting cars from, to the money you're getting for your old car, trading it, the key is one offer. That's why you continually have buyer's remorse. What we do is we're from home. If we have a trade-in, we're not trading it. We are blasting it out to 6 cash offers that we'll get in 20 minutes. CarMax, Driveway, Carvana, KBB Instant Cash, AutoNation Cash Offer, Car Guru's Cash Offer. That's what everyone should do right now if you want to know what your car is worth. There's no obligation. At any given time, if you want to know what your house is worth, you have to get an appraisal. You got to get a realtor to come in. Hey, can you show me some comparable sales? Just to try to see what your house is worth. With cars, you can take 20 minutes, do what we call an equity assessment, go to those 6 websites and see, okay, wow, that's what my car is worth. And at any given time, you could accept one of those offers, but there's no obligation. So we're bidding that out. When we get our loans, we're bidding it out. When we buy a car, we're getting multiple bids. And when you start doing this, you'll never ask again, hey, is this an unreasonable offer? I don't want an unreasonable offer. I don't want a reasonable offer. I want a below market offer. Okay? Type BM, not baby mother. BM, below market, is all we want. Below market. There's 3 prices people can pay for cars: market value, above market value, below market value. All we want, whether we're buying a Infinity lease, whether I bought my 3-year-old when I got my Infinity truck back a little over 3 years ago, a pre-owned one, below market value. That's the name of the game. And the only way we guarantee we pay below market value is to get multiple offers. Okay, that is the name of the game. Now, when you consider, let's just go. Let's go to the next question. I think we hit that enough. We hit that enough. Okay, and I want you to be aware. See, many of you stay till the you wait too long to start car shopping, and then you end up pressure shopping. You're pressuring yourself. Now, some of you, if you need a car in, say, a week or 2, type me in the comments. If you need a car in, like, Deshaun, I need a car in the next 2 weeks. Like, I don't have a lot of time. You waited to the last minute. Some of you are in an emergency. You had, your car was flooded, car was totaled, car was stolen. That's understandable. But so you can get, look at somebody like Ansley. Our system is designed. It's designed to get a car in literally 7 days. if you needed a car in 4 days, you follow our checklist. Look at Answer. He said, I started the process Saturday. I accepted the deal Monday. It doesn't take hours, but to do everything we do will take you less than one visit to one car dealership, but you're doing it at home. Some of you are spending 5 hours in one car dealership. We'd have 2 deals done by that time. Only process, look, he's paying $554 a month, $58,000 QX60 Infiniti, started the process Saturday, accepted the deal Monday. So if you need a car in 3-4 days, you can grab your Cars from Home digital book. You can enroll in the Cars from Home Done With You. We'll get you there in a week. That's not a problem. But I don't want you to continue emergency shopping, because you don't realize when you emergency shop, you don't have the luxury of saying no. Deals change every month. Deals in December is different than January in many cases. Deals in February is different than March in many cases. And then you have the opportunity to win when you're a person who, we have something we call, you need to know these 2 dates. Every time you car shop, we have something we call the as soon as date and the no later than date. Keep this in mind. The as soon as date is the soonest you can accept a deal. That's when you need to talk to dealers or type to them if you're using our system. Hey, I can accept the deal today. Your no later than date is the deadline, and this is your leverage. So when you say you think you're not doing yourself a favor when you go into a dealer and you say to them, hey, I need a car by next week. In their mind, and I'm talking to you as somebody who's been in the industry since 2006, when you come in and say, oh, I need a car, I need it in like a week, what do you think the first thoughts of the car salesman are? Just throw some words out there. Throw some words out there. When you come in and you're like, okay, my lease is up next week, I got to get something. What do you think the car salesman thinks? Don't have a look. Got him. Desperate. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for, Lon. Desperate. Desperate. You can't say no for long. That's another reason why you shouldn't be there. But when you don't have the luxury to say no because you've left yourself no time, you need to shop very wide, which is what we teach you to do. I'm going to see if I'm shopping for a used car, I'm going to see every used car within 100 miles of me. I'm going to find the best value. If I'm shopping for a new car or a lease, I'm going to communicate with 25 dealers. If you're using our system, we communicate with 25 dealers by email. You use my templates and scripts, and we're going to narrow that down to 5 offers. If you're calling around, you're going to get at least 5 offers talking to dealers, because you need to shop very wide because you don't have much time. But the luxury for you, those of you who like, Deshaun, I got about 3 months. You should be in the market now, because you could say, hey, Tony, thanks so much. Well, hey, I'll follow up with you next month. I don't really like the deals. I didn't really see the deals I want. We have follow-up scripts. There's nothing. This is strength, because you know what's going to happen next month when Tony's sitting there and he's like, man, I need a deal, man. I haven't sold a car in 10 days. I'm way behind on my numbers. Hey, I wonder if Mr. Johnson's still in the market. Hey, Mr. Johnson, I couldn't get to your number last month, but hey, if I could get to it this month, now you're sitting there. Absolutely. You're perfectly positioned. This is the strength of I don't want you, if you're in an emergency, no problem, we can get you there. You can use what you're learning and you can but I don't want you to make emergency car shopping your norm. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Type $signs for those who make sense. Exactly. I see still a bunch of responses coming in for people when they know when you come in and you're desperate, you think it's a position of strength. I can make a deal right now. That's not. I can make a deal right now is strength, but I don't need to make a deal for 2 months. That's strength. I can make a deal right now, but I need it by Saturday. That's not strength. Okay? So if you continue to learn from us and continue to unlearn your old habits, you will not continually be pressured car shopping. All right, let's get to it. Let's keep more questions coming. Are there really any cars under $50,000 nowadays worth keeping 8 years? That's a great question. I think there are. Every single car we purchase, if we're purchasing it, we're always going to check This is step 4 of our process. It's called shopping, not buying. This is when we're doing our research. This takes 5 minutes. You notice everything I'm telling you. When I tell you do the equity assessment, 20 minutes. When I tell you, hey, check this out, 5 minutes. These things are very short to do, and they protect us from losing thousands of dollars. We type in, let's say I'm looking at a 2025 Kia whatever Sorento. I'm gonna look and type in 2025 Kia Sorento longevity. That's gonna tell me all what the data says about the engine, the transmission, or we're looking at the data. Thank you, Cutting Heads. Appreciate you liking. Shout out to the people running the likes up. When we look at the data, you don't want to pay attention to what your neighbor's telling you. Hey, John, yeah, you go get you one of these Hyundai Palisades, man. I had mine for 3 years. I love it. That's not the data. You want to go to Google and you want to type in Kia Hyundai Palisade longevity. That's going to tell you, okay, these vehicles are known to go, 150,000 miles with good maintenance, properly owned. Okay. All right, looks like I could get 200,000 miles on. There's been several vehicles that we've looked at over the years, and I saw these vehicles. The transmission has a habit of going out at 90,000 miles. Isn't that good to know? You're sitting there looking at a used car, and you're like, all right, this thing has 70,000 miles on it. Hey, should I get this car? You look and see these transmissions are known to go out at 90,000. That means you got about 20,000 before that thing is going to start slipping. And if it starts slipping, you can't blame anybody. The data would have told you this is going to happen. So we look, if we're going to buy a car, we're going to buy a car that the data shows with proper maintenance, it will go the distance, 150, 200, 300,000 miles. There still are many cars out there that they haven't changed the engine, they haven't changed the transmission, they haven't changed the components that lead to the cars going the long run. Yes, cars are getting more electric, more technology, but when, the nuts and bolts of the vehicle, the things that, make a car, there's still several cars out there, but there's also cars that won't make it that distance. And we need to know that. You don't want to buy one of those. Great question. Good, Dolan. We got a lot of them coming in. What's up, Linda Ryan checking in? Ram 2079, Angel F. Good to see everybody checking in. I have a 2017 GMC Sierra Denali at 014. They said I can get 29 for it. I want to get 24. You got a 2017. You're right around 8 years. That's cool. Just make sure you're doing your equity assessment. Who told you you can get 7? Who told you you can get 29 for it? Was that the highest offer? See, you gotta understand. If you think the dealers are your friends, you're already lost. If I was in the gym the other day. A guy said, "Yeah, I was thinking about, I don't know if I want to replace my car, but I was at my dealership and they told me, and I said, you own the dealership?" He said, no, what you mean? I said, you said you were at your dealership. Oh, no, I meant the people who sold me the car. Okay, it's not your dealership. They're not your friends. Without making money on you, you mean nothing to them. So let's really put these things into perspective. And when you start to put these things into perspective, you'll understand why you need to be shopping competitively. But yeah, as long as you got your offers for your, go to CarMax, Driveway, Carvana, KBB Instant Cash, AutoNation cash offer, CarGurus cash offer. Make sure you're getting the highest amount. But then, yeah, if you want to sell the car, use the equity, put it in your bank or put it towards your next car. Wait a minute. Hold on. See, let me tell you. See, I didn't tell y'all this, but y'all didn't know I was a doctor. Many of you didn't know that I'm a doctor. When it comes to these cars, and I can diagnose problems pretty good. So I said to myself, when you said I have a 2017, I said to myself, okay, you had the car 8 years, but then you still have a loan on it. So you bought it pre-owned, unless you took a 10-year loan, which I'm guessing you didn't. You bought it pre-owned. You have not had it for 8 years. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait, how is he about to cash out and just put this into another car? These numbers aren't quite, something's missing. But then I'm like, wait, 8 years, he shouldn't have a loan. So 8 years, you should be like, this is who you should be like. Let me show you, where's Melissa? You should be like Melissa. Melissa, I'm sorry, you will be like, this is the position you're in right now. Melissa, you have a vehicle, you've owned it for a couple years, you made payments towards it, you have equity. Look, I took possession, she just took possession of a 2025 Honda Pilot. Y'all see how I see you, Carvana said it. Okay, good. I'm gonna show you right now how you're either positioned to do very well or very bad. Show you this, and we're gonna help you get to very well. She said she got her lease. Look, she said got it from her local dealer. She got offers. After we agreed on lease terms, invited the dealer to match her best offer on her 2018 Kia Sorento, which was $12,000. Now her car was paid off. She got a 2018. She paid it off, and now she was about to sell it to Carvana, and the dealership matched it. But here's what she didn't do. She didn't go into another finance. She leased her new Honda. She leased her new Honda, $597 a month. Look, nothing out of pocket, and she's getting a $12,000 equity check back. That's the difference. You can be Melissa, or you can be this loss where, all right, I'm going to take this equity that I had. I put all this money into this car. I still owe, but I do have equity. And I'm just going to transfer that into another depreciating asset finance. And I'm going to switch out of that in another 4 years. And I'm just going to keep paying these high payments and rolling my equity over versus saying, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull the equity out of my vehicle, put it into my bank. I am not a purchase person. Rule number one. Step number one in our cars from home process is the most important question: how many years you're going to keep the next vehicle? That is the first thing we ask ourselves when we are committed to saving the most money. How many years am I going to keep the next vehicle? Because if you're not going to keep it 8 years, you are going to get way more for your money, pay way less per month with a below market lease when you learn how to get them. You can't pay the prices on the commercials. Hey, I see I could lease a vehicle for this, but they said I need $7,000 down. Pay no attention to that. Nobody you're seeing from India, $365 a month with no money down on her Hyundai Elantra right here, to Ansley on his 1% lease, to Jen on her Honda CRV Hybrid, $512 a month, $39,000 vehicle, no money down. None of these people, look, got a Volkswagen SR, Jared, $565 a month, got them down to $520 a month using our calculator. We have a counter offer calculator in our system where you put all the offers in and then it tells you what to counter. Look, none of these people, their lease deals match the commercials. Those are not below market leases. So when you get them, you'll understand, wow, this is way less than I was paying to own these vehicles. And on top of that, I'm driving brand new cars because you can only lease brand new cars. So what I'm doing, if I'm you, is I'm no longer purchasing. I am taking that money from Carvana. I'm shopping for my replacement lease right now, getting multiple offers. And then when I find that lease with no money down, I'm going to snatch that deal and I'm going to put the money, the equity from my old car in my bank account. That is what we do here. That is what I've taught people to do. Even when I worked in dealerships, I was teaching people how to do that. They loved it. People would come in, they're like, all right, Deshaun, I just paid off this one. Work me some numbers on that new one right there. And I'm like, hold on. Can I talk to you about something? Can I talk to you about how you could get this car? And, you know, because I already know what you've been paying. I know how much you put into this car. I know when you see what it's worth, you're going to be like, dang, that's all I'm getting for the car? Yeah. So can I tell you about a way where you don't even have to put the money into the car? You just pay a small amount every month, and whatever equity you have in that old car right there, you just put that in your bank account. And I converted everyone to a lease. There's pretty much no one who I had that conversation with that they weren't like, oh, show me what that looks like. That's just what it is. You weren't taught about leasing. You weren't taught about leasing. So so that's what I'm guessing that question came from you, Kevin Myrick. So that's what you should be doing. Okay. And all of it, I told you at the beginning of the show, I said, if at any time you're like, whoa, this is a lot, all of this is in my digital book, Cars from Home. That's why it's a 7-step process. Everything I'm teaching is out of one of the steps. So if you just start at step 1 and go through the 7 steps like a checklist and do the action steps, this is all going to be simple for you to follow. That book's already 5-star rated. You can see it on Goodreads. Thank you to everyone who's reviewed it. It's normally $97, but as part of our welcome offer, you can get your copy for 75% off, only for 30 minutes. You head to our TikTok bio, head to our Instagram bio, the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments, click those links, get your 75% off. The book will be in your inbox by the time you hop off the stream, and you'll have everything we teach about below market purchases, how to get them step by step, new cars step by step, leases step by step. It's all in there. Nothing is left to guesswork. I don't want your strategies. I want you to just follow our strategy. Just bring your goal. Deshaun, this is my goal, and follow our strategy. For those of you who you're seeing the people we're sharing from our Facebook group, it's the same system, but we have it in a video form where you can watch videos, short videos. We have a community on Facebook for members, and we have coaching calls with me twice a month for 6 months. You can visit those same links and just hit the shop with Deshaun button, see if you qualify for that. Everyone won't qualify for that program, but if you do, we love to have you. That's the 2 ways we work with people. Some of you are do-it-yourself people. Sean, just give me the blueprint. As long as I have the blueprint, I'll follow the steps. You are the people who, you like Tiffany. Tiffany, look, she said, thanks to your books and methods. No, this wasn't Tiffany. This is somebody else. Thank you, your books and methods. I was able to get my new lease for my 2024 Volkswagen Atlas SE Peak Edition with tech for $175 less a month than my first quotes. So she went out to her local dealer, tried to do it her old way. She ended up getting our book, got the Cars from Home book. She ended up, after she got the offers, her best offer was $175 per month less than what her local dealer quoted her. So this is what it's about. She said, I work with 10 dealers, quickly found the 20%. See, she knows the mindset. Dolan, can you pull down that question? Because we answered that. I just want to see this person's name, Vicky Anderson. Thank you. So she knows the mindset. When she starts talking about the 20%, the 80%, what we teach is 80% of dealers are going to be overpriced. No matter how much they discount, they're not going to go below a certain amount because they know, all right, I could sell this car to someone else and they'll pay more. I'll sell this to someone else who doesn't have the strategy. I'll sell this to someone else who's going to walk in and pay market value or above market value. So they're never going to go below a certain amount. That's the 80%. But she said the 20%, she said, I quickly found the 20% willing to work with me. 2 of the 10 were working with me to move that price lower and lower. I'm paying nearly the same amount as I paid for my former lease, which was a 2021. I'm so happy. Told all my friends about your book. This is what it's about. The system, I don't care how you get it. I just want you having these results. Whether it's the book, whether it's the stream, whether it's my free social media videos, doesn't matter. It's the result that I want for you. All right, go ahead, Dolan. We got a couple more minutes. Let's try to zip through as many as we can. I have a 2016 Land Rover Discovery, 113,000 miles on it, paying $754 per month. Help, I still owe $25,000 on the vehicle. I mean, all you could do, I don't know what is your goal to get out of the car or the payment. Hey, I could afford the payment. I don't like the car. Or, hey, I can afford the payment. The car is giving me problems. Or I can't afford the payment and I don't like the car. If you're going to replace the car, then it always starts with an equity assessment. See, Well, all right. Step one is the 8-year rule. Most important question. So I don't want to say it always starts with the equity assessment. It starts with, all right, I'm getting out of this car. I'm getting a different car. How many years am I going to keep it? How many years am I going to keep it? So when you say, all right, is it going to be 8 or more? If it's not, then I shouldn't be purchasing. It's a very simple thing. If I'm not keeping the car more than 8 years, then I should not be purchasing. That's why it's called the 8-year rule. We are I would put us against anybody in this world when it comes to financial literacy on cars. When it comes to people having empowered car shopping experiences where they understand how to pay the lowest amount, and they understand always to acquire this depreciating asset. I understand how to buy it pre-owned. I understand how to buy it. I understand how to buy it pre-owned. I understand how to buy it new. I understand how to get lease offers on it. I understand every way to acquire this vehicle. So the first question is, how many years are you going to keep this next car? The 8-year rule. Don't talk to me about trading in. Don't talk to me about, hey, I want to get me a BMW. Don't talk to me about none of this stuff before you say, I'm either going to lease or purchase. I'm either short term or long term. I'm not breaking the 8-year rule anymore. I cannot help people who continue to break the 8-year rule after they know about it. If you don't know about it, that's different. You can be like Melissa. Melissa, once she found out about it, she's like, okay, I'm financing, but I don't keep my cars. I either pay them off, then I trade them right in, or I don't even pay them off. I trade them in while I still got payments on them. Or I pay cash on them, but then I trade them in 5 years, and then I look at how much I'm getting for it, and I don't like it. I'm not a long-term person. All right, I'm shopping for a lease. That's the revelation. See, if you don't get to that step, this is why, as soon as you open my book, you see step one, the most important question. There's nothing else more important than this. This is the foundation of how you're going to do your car deal. So if you're like, okay, Deshaun, I'm not keeping it 8 years. All right, I'm going to now that gives, all right, so this Land Rover Discovery, my option is I'm replacing this with a lease. Now we move to step two, equity assessment. And you're running the offers, CarMax, Carvana, Driveway, Kelly Blue Book cash offer, AutoNation cash offer, and CarGurus cash offer. Take the 20 minutes, get the offers, find out what the car is worth, find out what your equity position is. Okay, man, my car's worth 20, my car's worth 19, I still owe 25. Now, when you get to that step, we're still on the equity assessment. We're still on step two. Then what I'm going to say to you is, all right, here's what you do if you have negative equity. Here's the two options for negative equity. You could either pay the difference or you have to transfer it over to your next car. Paying the difference is the best way, because what that allows you to do is take the highest offer. Let's say, AutoNation makes you the highest offer, but you still have a $6,000 shortfall. Now, all right, I can pay the $6,000. I got some down payment money. I thought I was going to put it into my next car, but it's better for me to pay the $6,000 because that's going to be my highest offer for the old vehicle, which means I'm shopping with the least amount of negative equity. That's the least amount of negative equity I'm going to have. If you can't pay the difference, you said, man, I don't have the money to pay the difference. Now you have to transfer, which means you shop for your vehicle first, and then you tell them, hey, what can you get me for my car? Because I need you to roll the old car into this new lease. And they're not usually going to be able to match the highest offer you got over here. So if AutoNation was making you the highest offer, the reason why I recommend you pay the difference is because they might be, okay, with AutoNation's offer, I only had $6,000 of negative equity. But when you make your deal and you see that car dealer, they say, well, we can only pay, this for it. And you're like, wow, okay, now I'm going to have $8,000 of negative equity because they cannot match the highest offer from this bid. So these are the two options for negative equity. If you're getting a car, you're either going to pay the difference or you're going to transfer that over to the new car you find, the new lease. Now, the third case with negative equity is you can't get a car. That doesn't happen much, but there are people who have so much negative equity they can't afford the payment of what it's going to be when they transfer it over to the lease. But what I would do, and this is not going to work forever, but there are my goodness, there are some phenomenal leases on certain electric vehicles. Some of them have incredible rebates, over $10,000 in rebates, $15,000 in rebates, some of them. And when you start shopping lease offers, we have one of our people. I keep telling myself I'm gonna pull his deal into the stream, and I just keep forgetting to do it. He got like a $50,000 over $50,000 electric vehicle for under $400 a month. It was like, I want to say like $397 or something like that. No money down, because he used our system. He got all the bids. He had a lot of higher offers than that, but his best offer was like it was either 379, 397. Now, what that would have allowed him to do if he was you is if he had to put 10,000 in negative equity on that deal, he would have still had a manageable payment. This is why it's very important to separate these transactions. Even if I was like, let's say I'm you, I'm like, man, I got 15 grand in negative equity. I'm going to find the best electric car lease that I could find, and where I can, once I get all the offers, I'm looking like, okay, wow, I saved 20 grand off the vehicle. And then I'm going to throw my negative equity on that lease, and then I'm going to pay that off. Now, you might be saying, well, is that really, possible? Well, let me just show you something similar. You got Milligan. Look at Milligan's deal. She got it. Now this is a Mercedes, but it's a perfect example. Look, $79,000 Mercedes electric vehicle, EQE she saved $27,000 off the vehicle, 28 almost. 79,000 was the MSRP. I'm showing it here. You guys on TikTok, you can't see it, but if you do go to the YouTube or the Facebook replay. What's up, Ryan Ray, Keisha Sweeney? You'll be able to see the images I'm putting up here. She saved almost $30,000 off this vehicle. So if she would have needed to put 10 grand of negative equity on this lease, she would have been able to. No problem. No problem. This is what it's about. Even if is Greg here? Hold on. Look at Greg. Greg got a $56,275 Kia EV6 Win, $527 a month. It's a 0.9% lease. He probably saved 15 grand off this vehicle minimum to be able to pay that for a $56,000 vehicle. If he needed to put 10, 15 grand in negative equity, this is how you do it. These electric vehicle rebates will not be around forever. While they are around, that is how we recommend you bury your negative equity in these bad finance deals and get out of them transferring into a lease. Because a 3-year lease, once the lease is up, you're done. Negative equity is gone, and you can and you're good. It's the best thing in the world. Go ahead, Dolan. Let's go. We got a little more time. I'm gonna try to zip through these last ones as quick as possible. But hey, listen, would you rather me be thorough or quick? If you want quick answers, listen, I could try to do quick answers. I can't just do answers though. I'm gonna try to do some rapid fire. Go ahead, Dolan, shoot it up. What percentage of the MSRP should we be at? What's a great deal percentage-wise? I'm assuming you're talking about a lease. With a purchase, those things wouldn't be applicable. Well, actually, when we buy a used car, every used car we buy, we need to know the MSRP. That's how people got in trouble during the pandemic. They were buying cars for $27,000. The new MSRP was $29,000. They're buying 3-year-old cars with 30,000 miles on them. Had they knew the new MSRP, they would have known. With our used car system, step 5, when you stop shopping for our used cars, we have a thing we created called the True Value Discount. So we are basing that off of the original MSRP. Example, when I got my pre-owned Infiniti truck, it was 3 years old. The new MSRP was $54,000, and I paid $31,800 for it, and it was a 42% discount. I got a 3-year-old one, had with 26,000 miles. So we do shop percentage off MSRP with used cars. Very important. I never heard anyone talk about that, which is why we had to create it. But when it comes to leases, we operate off the 1% rule. The 1% rule has been around for decades, even before I got in the car business. The 1% rule said if your lease payment was 1% or less of the MSRP, it was a steal. It was a steal. So if you were looking at, let's go back to my truck, $54,000 vehicle. If the payment on this, when I shop my offers, was $540 a month or less, I don't have to wonder, did I overpay? It's a steal. It's a steal. Incredible value. How do we gauge value? Just add up all the payments. Add up all the payments. This is how we gauge value on a lease. Add up all the payments. $54,000 vehicle, 1% lease, $540 a month, times 36, because you're going to make 36 payments, $19,440. To pay $19,440 to drive a $54,000 vehicle, and you got to remember, if you were to purchase it, you'd have to add your taxes and the fees. You'd probably be around 57, 58. To pay $19,440, taxes and everything included over 3 years to drive that vehicle is incredible value. Now, we don't need a 1% deal to dictate value. We do cap it, though, at 1.5, because if 1% was the steal, what I started seeing, and this is why I was hesitant to even talk about leasing, I was hesitant because I knew people were going to go into dealers and get bad lease deals. And they were just going to say, well, at least I'm not buying anymore, and I don't have to worry about negative equity, but you're paying a ton of money. That's why when I hear people, they'll DM me sometimes, and I just can't even respond, because we'll send them some resources, but they're like, hey, I talked to the dealer about working me up a lease. You're already not following what we do, because we don't talk to dealers about working numbers. We do it from home. And they told me that, the lease deal would basically be the same as if I purchased it. Well, that's because it's not a good lease offer they're making you, and it's not something that's worth considering. But you do have some people who will sign bad lease deals, and they'll pay close to what it would cost them to purchase, and or a little bit less, and they feel like they did all right. That's why we created the 1.5% rule, where you look and you take that same vehicle, $54,000, 1.5% is $810 a month. Add up those payments, that's $29,000. So from $58,000 with the taxes and fees, all right, I'll pay $29,000 to drive it over 3 years. That's my max, though. I'm not going to pay $35,000 to drive it over 3 years, $40,000. And there's many people you're paying on your lease, you're paying well over 50% of the car's value in a 3-year period. It's a bad lease deal. So when we consider, we have rules, boundaries. In Cars from Home, there are things you're hearing me say, very rigid words. Rule, most important question. Boundaries. We have a couple rules. Rule of 72 on the 10th birthday. 1.5% rule. 1% rule. These are all things where we hope to, we've already burned them into our heads. Our members have burned them into our heads. The people who read their books burn them into their head. You need to burn them into your head, because these are boundaries where you at least want to know if you're crossing them, versus, hey, I didn't even know I was out here in a minefield. Why didn't no one create a boundary, so at least I would know if I want to go into the minefield that I'm in a minefield? So we look to shop all our offers, and we look to get our offers in a way where we can compare them and say, all right, is this under 1.5%? Is it under 1%? Is it 1.25%? You take somebody like Charles on his Palisade. He got his best offer on a Hyundai Palisade, very hot vehicle. Been popular since they launched it. He used our system, connected with 35 dealers from home, got his offers. His offers range from 1.2% to 1.66%. I'm going to mention that in 1 second on why this is so important. that your offer, you have a range. Look, his best offer, $597 a month, 48 for almost $49,000 vehicle. That's a 1.2% lease. Great value. Great value. He's paying $597 a month. Multiply that by 36 months. He's going to pay $21,400 over a 3-year period on a $48,000 vehicle. His taxes and fees will probably bring it up to like 52. He's going to pay 21 over 3 years. Good value on a lease. This is how we gauge. And the reason why you'll see many of our members talk about the range of offers is because that's something we teach. That's to prevent you from walking into a dealer and thinking, you know what, I'm still going to try to mix what they teach with what I teach, with what I want to do. I'm going to just go into the dealer and say, hey, get me under 1.5%. Hey, get me to 1.2%, whatever. Hey, get me to one. And you're not going to sit at home and get the offers. And here's the problem with that. You don't see the range. Look at, let's go back to Teddy with his BMW. Look, your best offer, from your best offer to your worst offer, should be $175 to $200 a month difference minimum. Because remember, there's the 80%. We know there's the 80%. We know 8 out of 10 dealers are never going to discount to a below market deal. So if you're getting offers from them, even if you think, well, this is good, I think I got to the best offer this deal is going to make, you don't realize their competition would make a better offer. So let's go back to Teddy. He said, look, graduated. When you use our system, you get your car, you're a graduate. This post is a bit wordy, but I'm pumped. I will never, I repeat, never lease another vehicle any other way. From start to finish, this deal took 6 days. I contacted 25 dealers in 4 nearby states. I'm on the Indiana border, just outside of Chicago. I received 10 offers. I only used the scripts provided. So in the book, you have scripts. Email. When you're not talking to dealers. I will never teach you to negotiate with car dealers. I would never negotiate with car dealers. Look, scripts provided. Closed on the 2024 BMW i4, MSRP $73,855. Monthly payment $856. That's a 1.1% lease. This dealer's initial offer came in at $937 using the counter offer calculator. I told you that. We have this calculator who you put all your offers in. It tells you what to counter. I counted at $829. He came back with $856. My highest offer during this process from a different dealer was $1123. My local dealer, which was his closest dealer, probably the dealer he saw the car at the first time, said, man, I'm gonna get that car. You know, that's going to be my next car. Maybe he test drove it there, whatever. His local dealer, $986. And he even told me in an email he didn't think I'd find a better deal out there. I didn't speak to one salesman on the phone until after the credit was ran and the deal was secured. That's the only dealers we talk to. Only salesman we talk to is the one who won our business. Congratulations, you won. Now we can get on the phone. Send me the credit app online. Let's take it across the finish line. Other than that, we're not talking to car dealers. We're not talking to car salesmen. The range of offers is how we go back to the question we got maybe a half hour ago. Somebody said, hey, it's $400 a month on this car. Good offer. You need a range of offers. That's what gives you the peace of mind to pick the best offer. That's what eliminates the buyer's remorse. That's what makes sure I did my homework and let me go pick up this car knowing I'm paying less than everyone else is paying, because you get to see what everyone else is paying. When you hear me constantly say, what's up, TMR Jr.? Good to see you. What's up, Keith Miller? Good to see you. A lot of people checking in on TikTok. Shout out to everybody. We're live on 4 platforms, but I can see TikTok's the only one that shows me every time somebody logs in. So I would normally shout out everybody, and maybe we'll figure out a way to do it later. But anyway, the point is the range of offers is what you need. You can't, that's how we win. Bidding out everything. That's how you can be a bad negotiator and still pay thousands less. Y'all are gonna bid. It works for everything. If I was getting a kitchen remodel, hey, come on in. How much is the kitchen remodel? $50,000. Okay, instead of negotiating, all right, well, is that your best offer? I'm gonna have 3-4 other people come through. Oh, well, maybe I could get it. Maybe I could do about, 42, all right, perfect. All right. Now I'm having somebody else come in. All right. Well, the first person told me that, what's your offer? Competition drives down prices. So when you employ competition to your car buying processes, whether you're buying, leasing, or getting used cars, you're going to have total peace of mind. The internet allows you to do it. You just need the system. I've given you the strategies. We don't hold back. We don't cut corners here. If you can follow them, walk them out. If you're like Deshaun, I need the whole blueprint step by step. That's my new digital book, Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. It's 5-star rated. You can Google it. Thank you to everyone who continues to rate that book and continues to run the reviews up in the 5-star ratings. You can get your copy for normally $97, but as part of our welcome offer, you can get it for $24 in my TikTok bio, Instagram bio, the YouTube comments, or the Facebook comments, but it's only for 30 minutes. That's a welcome offer. After the timer expires, it is $97, and it's still worth every penny at $97. You'll still say, man, I got 100 times worth my money back on this investment in this book, because everything is in there for below market purchases, below market leases, high mileage drivers. You high mileage drivers, you really didn't ask any questions about high mileage driving today. You guys need specific strategies for you. Bad credit strategy, you need specific strategies. We went a little bit into our specific strategies for negative equity. That's all in there step by step. So you can grab your copy now. If you get there before 30 minutes, you get the $24 welcome offer. For those of you who are like, man, Deshaun, I see these pictures, Zafrina, I see Pierre, all of these people, Kimberly, Danielle, where are these people at? These are the people who are actually in the Cars from Home Done With You, where instead of reading the book, Blueprint, they're more of a done with you people. Blueprint, more done, do it yourself. Do it yourself, give me the blueprint. These are people who have joined our community, and instead of the book, they're watching short video lessons where I'm giving them steps in video, and they just take the steps, knock them out. We have a private Facebook group with over 1,500 people in 3 years. In 3 years, we've enrolled over 2,100 people, but over 1,500 alone are just in our Facebook group. These are people who've gotten multiple cars. Sheree just got her 4th car. She's been with us since, I think, 2022, early 2022. Graduated again. She's gotten 2 leases and 2 pre-owned cars. So that's Jen. Sorry, she's gotten multiple cars. Where's Sheree? There's Sheree. So these are the people who, if you're like, you know what, I want to be among people who are doing this the same way. I could ask questions. I'm in the Facebook group, and then we do 2 coaching calls a month through Zoom where you can hop on, get your questions answered with me personally. Then you can click those same links in our TikTok bio, Instagram bio, Facebook comments, or the YouTube comments, but you want to click Shop with Deshaun. See if you qualify for that program. So either way, doesn't matter. Get in where you fit in. Get whatever your learning style is. If you could take everything from the streams, it doesn't matter. My mission for you is to just get the result. I don't care how you get it. Your way, our way. I just want you to have peace of mind, be in total control, not ever feel like you overpaid, not ever feel like, oh, I don't really understand this car buying process. Can't wait to get this thing over with. I hate this. You're signing deals, not because it's the best deal, but because you're just tired and, all right, I'm just tired of shopping. I don't want to visit another dealership anymore. Let me just sign this deal. You can come out of that life. Thank you, Keith Miller. Shout out to the sharers. DM Burgers. Welcome to the club. I see the new follow. Thank you. You can change all of that. And this is a proven system. We're not new to this. If you just do your research on us, we've been doing this. I like to think we're the authorities in this. And we love for you to have the results that, all of these people are getting, and that, the Cars from Home process gets you. So God bless you. This was a great stream. A lot of great questions. I will see you guys soon on another stream, and keep unlearning. Keep unlearning so that you can relearn. All right. God bless you.